Alright, so this first part of the video we'll be talking about Antonio Pierce. Then while I was working on that one, then I found out that Tom Telesco also got fired, so that'll be in the second part of the video. So the first part's talking about Antonio Pierce, second part will be talking about Tom Telesco. Alright, hope you guys enjoy. What's up everyone? This is an impromptu one. I know I'm a bit late, but so my prediction was dead wrong because yesterday Antonio Pierce got fired. And this was after he did a conference, I think on Monday, and then Tuesday he was let go of by the team. And I just wanted to give my thoughts about it. I thought I should. I have mixed feelings about it, honestly, because I was in the middle about him. Like, I wasn't a hard bandwagoner for AP, but I didn't hate his guts either. I thought that he maybe would be able to rise to the occasion and be a head coach. But once I saw that he wasn't, I was just like, maybe it's not in our best interest to keep him, But, and don't get me wrong, he was not a good coach. I think he was a good personable coach, but when it came to things like game management, game decisions, even starting Minshew over O'Connell, which I never thought made any sense. And he later admitted that he should have started O'Connell. Even though I really don't know if it would have made that much. We might have won maybe a couple more games, but I don't know if it really would have made that much of a difference. But it's also kind of bad because once again, we're doing this coaching carousel shit. And that's one of the most insufferable things. And obviously, long-term Raider fans we know. But that's one of the most insufferable things about being a Raider fan is that we have never had stability. Since the 2000s, we have not had stability. It's gone from coach to coach, regime to regime. And it doesn't matter what coach you get, you end up with the same result for the most part. Now, there were a few occasions where we saw some glimmers, with Jack Del Rio and towards the end of John Gruden's second time with us. That's when we started to see things starting to stabilize a little bit. But we are our own worst enemy. Seriously, we are our own worst enemy because from an organizational standpoint, it's like we're trying to build something on sand. Is the best analogy I could think of. It's like we're trying to build this big ass building. We're trying to build, a strong, nice building, like a skyscraper, but we're building it on sand. And so every time we're like, oh, we're high up, it sinks down. Oh, we're high up again, sinks down. Oh, we're high up again, sinks down. And I'm not sure what we can even do about that. Because, some people I've even been hearing people say, oh, get rid of Telesco, Mark Davis needs to sell the team, and, he's just, he's so bipolar and stuff, and I get that. But what is getting rid of Telesco going to do? So now you're out a general manager and a coach? I just don't think that that's the smartest decision, and I'm not saying that I think that they should have given him at least another year. It's like if you could give McDipshit another year, why couldn't you give him another year? But I don't know. I guess with our division, it's so tough. We don't have time to just twiddle our thumbs and wish and hope that things will be good because we are in I would say we're in the toughest division in the NFL, I think, in my opinion. Especially now with the Broncos going to the playoffs. They seem like they found their guy with Bo Nix. And I think that we are in the toughest division in football. The coaches, player-wise, I think we're in the toughest division. I'm sure some people may disagree, but that's the part I kind of don't like about it. It's just more instability, and it's just getting old at this point because it's going to be the same thing. And I'm hearing all kinds of different things. I'm hearing people on both sides, and this is a little tangent. Okay, I just want to mention this because I'm really getting tired of seeing this. People on both sides of the argument. If you wanted AP to get another year, quote unquote, you don't know football. If you wanted to get rid of AP, you don't know football. Can we stop this shit? Can we stop acting like that that everyone's a fucking expert and that they know more about football than anyone else? We're all, and unless you're an actual analyst, or if you're making a channel based on it, fine, I could see that. But if you're just like a normal person just watching stuff on the Raiders, or if you're watching on Sunday, you ain't no better than the person next to you who, just because you disagree with their comment that they don't quote unquote know football. You don't know football either. Did you play football? Some of these people who even say that never fucking picked up a football a day in their life, but they say that and they just regurgitate that. Like both sides of the coin, I'm seeing that. And I'm tired of it. It's like, stop acting like you're fucking superior, or that you have some kind of high ground because you quote unquote know football more than someone else. Get the fuck out of here. We're all Raider Nation, and we're all fans of the Raiders at the end of the day. And I hate that some people get on this fucking thing like they act like they're so much better because I know football. No, the fuck you don't. Shut up and sit down. But anyway, that just annoys the fuck out of me when I see it from both sides. It's like, shut up. Being a freaking armchair quarterback, like I hate that shit. I want to kind of go through the candidates here and tell you briefly what I think. So these are 12 names here. I'm going off a review journal from Las Vegas. So, Ben Johnson, the Lions offensive coordinator. He's 38, young. Okay. I like that he's younger. But honestly, is he really going to leave the Lions? Like, I saw another one, I forgot his name. There was another, I think it was the Lions defensive coordinator that the Raiders might be interested in, but it's like, I think I want someone who's a little more offensive minded, honestly. And, I mean, if they don't stay with the Lions, I think that would be a good pick, but I don't know. Then Mike Vrabel from the Titans. And the Titans were okay. And, like, he has a connection with Brady, so I could see that happening. But I don't know. I'm also hearing that he might want to go to New England. So I would say if he didn't want to go to New England, I would say maybe like him. Pete Carroll. I think that some people are like saying like this is like, some people are like, oh, he's too old or whatever. I think Pete Carroll would be a good pick. Especially thinking about the other coaches we have in our division. We got Jim Harbaugh. We got Andy Reid. We got Sean Payton. These are all Super Bowl winning coaches. I think it would be, Pete Carroll has the experience, even though the Super Bowl he went to was like 10 years ago or more, he at least has experience going into the playoffs multiple times. And he even made Geno Smith look good. So I think Pete Carroll would be a solid pick. Liam Cohen, Buccaneers offensive coordinator. So same thing. He's kind of younger. He worked with Sean McVay. Yeah, man. I kind of want someone who has experience. Like I think it's good to get a younger guy who's like a coordinator, but I also want someone who's experienced. Like I think we kind of I'm not saying a coordinator can't be a good head coach, but I kind of don't want to experiment. I kind of want someone who has experience as a head coach. Oh boy, next on the list, John Gruden. I mean, there's positives and negatives to it. Positive wise, I think organization wise, it would be positive because I think technically we're still paying him. So if we're still paying him, why not use him? Because he signed that deal in 2019? No, he signed it 2020 or 2018, I believe, right? I think it was 2018 he signed that deal for 10 years. So, I mean, you get him to coach for like 2 or 3 years to finish his contract at least? I mean, I don't think that's not a horrible decision financially, but then I'm sure you're going to get shit from people like, oh, you brought him back after you said those horrible things, It's a possibility, but honestly, I wouldn't want John Gruden back. I think that his ego is the biggest problem because he can't delegate. Like, he thinks that he needs to call all the plays, and I don't want that. I want someone who is just a head coach and delegates, to a good offensive coordinator, good defensive coordinator. I'm also seeing Patrick Graham on the list. I don't think so. I guess the Jaguars have already requested to interview him, and the Bengals did too. I don't think I wouldn't go with Patrick Graham because like I said, I kind of want someone who's more offensively minded. Kevin O'Connell from the Vikings, maybe. I don't know. He's maybe. Oh God! Next on the list, Deion Sanders. Hell no. Hell no. He's a great player. He's a good personality, but he got the Buffalo some attention. I know I live here, like now all of a sudden everyone's a Buffs fan. After they sucked for years. But I just don't want the whole sideshow thing with him. Like, I don't want the ego thing and him and Brady and everything, and they might clash. Well, I don't think they'll clash, but because I think his son already like plays or coaches with Brady or something. I wouldn't want Deion Sanders either. Brian Flores, same thing. I think he's already had his chance. He was with the, I think he was with the Patriots, right? No. He was with the Dolphins. He's with, okay, yeah, he's defensive coordinator in Minnesota. I wouldn't want him either, honestly. Joe Brady from the Bills, nah. Aaron Glenn, I think that was the one who the Raiders might interview. Yeah, Aaron Glenn, I think so. He's a defensive coordinator. Robert Saleh. Oh hell no, he was with the Jets. Fuck no, I would not want him. So out of the people I mentioned, I would say my 3 picks are Ben Johnson from the Lions, Mike Vrabel from the Titans, or Pete Carroll. I would want one of those 3. If I were to pick just one, I would say probably Pete Carroll. And some people might give me shit for it. Some people like, you don't know football. Shut up. It's just an opinion. But if I wanted one, I would say Pete Carroll. Just because he has that experience of going to the playoffs multiple times. He's been to a couple Super Bowls. So yeah, I would say I would want Pete Carroll. Especially since we flubbed on getting Jim Harbaugh. I mean, he may have not even played for the Raiders, but to not even interview him is just stupid, you know? But I don't know. I think he was kind of more headed towards the Chargers anyway because he played for them, so I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I think about this whole Antonio Pierce thing. I think that I have mixed feelings about it. It's good, but it's also kind of bad, and I just hope that we get the right person going forward for the umpteenth time. So we're going to try it again with a new regime. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Guys, no lie. I'm really just finishing editing this video about Antonio Pierce. And then I'm like, I'm taking a break, waiting for it to render and stuff. And I'm going through, things. And then I see now Tom Telesco was fired today. It doesn't end with this team, man. Like I said, we're just like an unstable train crash circus off of a cliff. That's what we are. And I'm like, this one I kind of don't like more. Like, I was kind of more in the middle with Antonio Pierce, but this one I kind of don't like. Now, some people may say, oh, well, he had horrible draft choices. He could have gone up for a quarterback. And it's like, well, they thought they had something with Aiden O'Connell, so that's probably why they didn't go for a quarterback. And I will agree that it wasn't probably smart for them to draft like Michael Mayer, because what have we done with him? We haven't really done anything with him. They hit on Brock Bowers, and then let me see, what else did they? In the first round, he got Jackson Powers Johnson. He was okay, I guess. DJ Glaze. He kind of gets a lot of penalties and stuff, but maybe he'll get better over time. So we can't really say for the other 2 picks, but definitely for Brock Bowers, that was a great pick. But yeah, so now apparently we're cleaning house. We're getting rid of Telesco. We're getting rid of Pierce, which I know usually happens with coaches and managers. But then this thing came up also on the side of the article. I'm on the ESPN, saying that since Reggie McKenzie was fired after the 2018 season, the Raiders have gone through 3 full-time general managers in the last 6 seasons, which is pretty damn bad. Like, coaches can kind of be more of a carousel, but when you're going through like general managers, like you're changing from an organization, it's just like not stable at all. Like there's other teams where they'll kind of keep the general manager, but then they'll get rid of the coaches. But with us, like, because we've gone through 4 of them. So Mike Mayock from 2019 to 2021, Dave Ziegler for 1 year, 2022 to 2023, Champ Kelly, I almost said Chip Kelly. Champ Kelly, the interim general manager for 2023 after McDaniels and Ziegler got fired. And then Tom Telesco, he just got hired like last January, probably almost a year ago. And we already fired him. Like I said, I kind of don't like this one because I think that he did make some dumb decisions with some draft picks, But think about this, like he also got the Chargers. A lot of that talent on that team was because of him. So I don't know. I don't know if it was the right decision to let him go. I think we should have given him another year. If you weren't going to give Pierce another year, at least give him another year. But I mean, I guess if a new head coach is going to come in, they're going to want their own guy. But it's just crazy, man. That the level of instability and the level of craziness that surrounds this team is just nuts. Like, so you got that going on. Then I'm also seeing that Skip Bayless has some SA allegations. I can't even say the word. He has some SA allegations going against him, and that Joy Taylor also like just basically insinuating that she slept her way to the top, which the whole Fox News thing or Fox Sports thing is going nuts. Like this is just a weird week for sports, man. All kinds of stuff coming out of left field. But all I gotta say is this. All I gotta say is I hope Tom Brady knows what the hell he's doing, because I bet you he had a major influence on this. And what I don't want to see happen is what happened to the Denver Broncos. What happened with the Broncos was John Elway was the general manager for a number of years. A lot of people, they basically worship the ground he walks on. But he was a great quarterback. There's no denying that. But he was an awful general manager. He hindered the team. He set him back. And it wasn't until the Broncos got rid of Elway that they started to do better. Now, they still made a dumb decision of bringing in Russell Wilson for that contract that they did. But I'm just bringing up the Broncos because it's kind of a similar scenario. It's like you had a legend quarterback becoming a general manager, and that doesn't always translate well into an organizational setting. Like, even look at Michael Jordan and the Hornets. Like, he owns the Hornets, but are they like the super best ran team in the NBA? No. So I just hope that Tom Brady knows what he's doing. I hope that he's not going to set this team back another 10 or 15 years, because I don't know, man. I do not know. I don't know what direction we're going to go. I don't know. Even general managers, all those candidates, that's even another list that I frankly don't have time to go through right now, but this is just nuts. Tell me what you guys think, but anyway, I'll see you guys later. And if there's any, if they pick someone else, or if they, when they pick the head coach or the general manager, I'll talk about that. But till then, I'll see you guys later.